Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. And once again, this is the one-day chart. We're sitting here just above 52.5 cents. It was a bit of a red day for XRP and the rest of the market as well. But when you zoom out, XRP actually looks incredible. But we're still moving a penny or two. Wait until we're moving by a dime. Then all of a sudden we start moving by $1. That's what's coming. Exciting times are ahead. And people are just hating on XRP all the time like we see here. But you got to look at it from like the way XRP drops looks at it. Of course, many coins have performed better than XRP since 2017. But firstly, they have no regulatory clarity. And secondly, many of us would not have had such a great opportunity to accumulate XRP to that extent. Our time will come. Persevere. Meanwhile, Ripple created the standard protocol for digital payments and fought a lawsuit for the whole industry. I still think the price of XRP is being held down because Ripple's still tied up with the SEC. I think since 2020, XRP has been held back, especially here in the United States. Outside the United States, we've seen a lot of growth for Ripple and XRP because there's a clear path forward in all these other countries. Here we have a handful of politicians controlling the SEC and just crushing innovation every chance they get. Now, we're going to talk about an ESDR. And let me tell you something. This could lead to us becoming very rich very fast, like an overnight event. Issuance and management. This comes from Mr. Mann. Of the ESDR could be issued and managed by a consortium of private sector financial institutions rather than a multilateral organization like the IMF. This private sector consortium could include banks, payment providers, and other financial service firms that have a vested interest in improving cross-border payments. So maybe we will see a multitude of ESDR baskets over time. Some of those baskets, I'm sure, will, differ in value. Maybe in this basket, XRP would only be worth maybe $100. But in this basket over here, it could be worth over $1,000. Remember, people always said if the IMF chose to use XRP like an ESDR, we would be looking at $1,000 XRP overnight. Now this comes from Smoke, PBOC, People's Bank of China, mentioned as a potential financial institution to use ESDR, and described below from two different sources. PBOC may resort to cryptocurrency-based companies like Ripple for an alternative for currency exchange, high-level conversations. But now when it comes to ESDRs, we were always told we could never hold an ESDR. But it looks like we were wrong. Cryptocurrency-based ESDRs will be a stablecoin based on blockchain tech. This providing new functions for the digital economy will allow everyone, not just banks, to hold and use for payments with central bank money. And what's coming? Central bank digital currencies, central bank money. ESDRs would enable everyone, not just banks, to transact securely and immediately in central bank money. Such as issuance could allow everyone, rather than just banks, to use central bank money for payments, remittances, and holding, thus reducing financial frictions. So we can hold an ESDR, and that cancels out the buyback theory. However, this opens up a whole new line of possibilities. Think about small baskets. All of a sudden, the price of XRP surges, maybe to $50 or $100. Bigger baskets can surge the price of XRP to maybe $589 or $1,000. But this shows you the path forward now. And I think that what's going to happen is this, once one country does this, other countries will follow. Once one bank decides to do this, other banks will follow. Other financial institutions will follow. Ripple, SBI, Ripple, Asia creates the Internet of Value in Japan and other Asian regions by merging the expertise and technology of both companies. Participants of RippleNet, which uses DLT, can directly connect with financial institutions with a single API and instantly and reliably transfer money into more than 40 currencies to more than 70 countries. That was 2016. 2018, Russia successful with XRP cross-border payments, and we see it right here. So if this was going on in 2016 and 2018, and we know a lot of other banks and countries were already working with Ripple, why has the flip of the switch moment not happened yet? Chris Larson may be answering that right here. Take a listen.
But again, until you have the interoperability of money, which we don't have yet for 2 billion people, you can you're tantalized by it, but you can't act on it. That's a huge problem, right? So they know that we need, this key interoperability, this very basic infrastructure layer that links M-Pesa to Bank of America to, to what's going on in the Japanese financial system, and you don't have that, right? That's what's blocking a key thing happening here. And I think they agreed also that you need something like the interledger protocol. That's what's baked into Mojaloop, as well as many other very specific technologies that would help banks and central banks and governments in the developing world to really kind of leap ahead.
What I think we're waiting for is there's developing countries that aren't connected yet. Everything has to be connected first. All the rails have to be put in place before the train starts to run. And I said the same thing about XLM in the past, because we can't have a new financial system and still be leaving people behind. We have to have a complete level playing field. That's what I think we're honestly still waiting for. The pandemic provided a significant push towards a more digital society. Now, ever since 2020, things really started to pick up. Most of us were in lockdown and are distracted by what was going on back then. And in the meantime, everything was pushing into a new digital age at a very fast pace. Things happened from 2020 to now that we would have never even thought we thought it was decades away, but it happened in just a few short years. Take a listen to Ray Dalio.
I have to pay attention to the implications of the great disruptions that are going to take place, because the world will be radically different in 5 years, and it's going to go year by year, become radically different. Next elections, the debt situation, all of these things are going to change. And then with the new technologies, we're going to go, it's like going through a time warp. We're going to be in a different world, okay? And
I think that's what we're seeing. It's like we're headed through a time warp because things are moving so fast and there's nothing slowing it down. Even AI, I think we're way beyond where we thought we would be right now. And you see it happening, but so many people are so focused on the price of this cryptocurrency, or they're concerned about what's going on with real world events. Everything that you see on the mainstream media news is the distraction of the disruption that's taking place right now. But because you're a crypto investor, it's happening right in front of you. And every single day, people could sit back and call XRP a scam coin. They could call XLM a scam coin, and XDC and the rest of these ISO cryptocurrencies. But all of a sudden, they're going to realize these cryptocurrencies were not moving because the rest of the world just wasn't quite ready yet. But I think we are on the verge of the flip of the switch moment happening. It is also important to note that Ripple only provides DPT services at the enterprise level, and we do not have any retail customers. Now, what's going on with XRP, you were always told you were never supposed to be holding XRP in the first place. It was never meant for retail. But how could you have mass adoption of a cryptocurrency if it isn't tied to retail customers? That's because Ripple's not going after retail customers. Partners of Ripple, however, are going into the retail sector. And that's why all along through this entire bear market, I kept pointing out the partners of Ripple, what's going on with them, how they're making new partners with these companies and those companies, forming a massive network. And that's what's been going on while people were distracted. And again, this all leads to mass adoption happening at some point. But it was great to see Smoke was really on point today when he was talking about ESDRs. And I wanted to point that out in this video because once you're able to hold an ESDR, the sky is the limit on the price of XRP. Forget previous cycles, forget market cap. Just don't even look at it anymore because the price of this cryptocurrency can change so fast because it'll be moving so much money from point A to point B, and it cannot be sitting at the prices we're looking at today. It won't be sitting at 52.5 cents anymore. And I think that will happen so quick. And at that moment, everybody will realize that XRP holders were right all along. You know, everything that they ever taught us that was a conspiracy theory in the past has become fact over time. But until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.